Hello everybody, my name is Elaine Wong and I hail, as you know, from urban Singapore. Here, it's incredibly easy to forget about global warming, to forget that horrible issues like racism and sexism still exist and corrupt our world. It was only thanks to my parents, from whom I learned the art of couch potatoing, that I began watching and learning about the world through documentaries like you find on BBC. However, in all the documentaries I have ever seen, there was this one repeating pattern that really snapped my attention. Whenever somebody brings up a major issue about their world, our world, we never really take much notice of it. Sure, we might listen, we might be moved by the stories they share, but at the end of the day, we're all too comfortable and a little irritated by the repeated messages. We are all wrapped up in our own personal worlds, checking out the latest K-pop music, keeping up the latest soccer news, for example. All of this is not wrong, but then again, it does give us reasons why we shouldn't care. I myself have experienced this firsthand. Whenever I finish watching a show about what I can do to help, I always complain that these people keep on pushing me to help when I already am. Then of course, I realize that zero help from me has been provided, which only provokes me to get more angry and cover up with any reasonable reason I can think up on the spot. This indifference or apathy is actually undeniably present in our everyday lives. Think about it. Not helping the unpopular kid when he or she is being teased. Nobody in class wanting to pick up the piece of dirty litter on your floor your teacher is pointing at. So why are we so apathetic about things like this? Things that might sometimes actually matter a great deal. Is it because we feel guilty about not wanting to do them in the first place? Is it because us humans are naturally rebellious and don't like authority? Is it because we're just so tired of being told this is the right thing, hence you must do it? Or is it because we're just plain selfish and don't get why is it so important to help in the first place? I myself personally believe it's a combination of all four. As time goes on, the number of lectures of doing the right thing when no one is looking, of saving the world, starts piling up. We ourselves grow older, get more defiant, more sick of being told the same things over and over again. So we rebel, in our own way. We start refusing to do the right things. We begin to roll our eyes and sigh whenever a new lecturer appears on stage with the same messages. Then, of course, the dreaded moral compass kicks in. Guilt floods us, only prompting another layer of annoyance and anger and nonchalance to be spread over. As layer after layer is smeared on, we eventually stop caring entirely. It becomes only I matter now. I am not here to prompt apathy, alone apathy, partly as it sounds ridiculous, but I am here to say, maybe, just maybe, it's time to start scraping those layers off. A friend of mine once said, our world is awfully close to the ones we read about in dystopian stories. And as much as I hate to admit it, my friend may just be right. Despite the constant bombardment of these repeated messages, the point still is that these issues really do matter. They really do affect us. It's as simple as that. I urge all of us to put aside our apathy, for in a world where all the problems and solutions have already mostly been identified, perhaps it is really our true problem. Thank you.